you some really important guests. We're here today to demand that our state budget include funds for expanding syringe exchange programs in rural counties, for sustaining the supply of naloxone in our state. Can't take our foot off the gas on naloxone. For expanding drug checking services. And importantly, last but not least, rejecting the governor's proposal to expand the ways that people struggling with substance use, with mental health, with getting their basic needs met.
That's right.
We're here to reject the proposal that those people can be involuntarily committed in more ways than they already are.
Yeah.
And that's all of us.
That's right.
What else we're going to hear about this morning before we hit the halls and talk to our assembly members and senators? Here's what else we're going to be talking about. Passing the Overdose Prevention and Recovery Act.
Hell yeah.
Which is an important bill that we're going to hear a little bit more about, but one crucial thing it does is take stewardship funds. There's a tax on the sale and distribution of opioids in this state, and we don't see a damn penny of it.
None of it.
Right. This bill takes some of those important funds and puts it towards harm reduction. Another bill we're going to be talking about today, and I know a lot of people came from across New York to talk about this, Safer Consumption Services Act. To authorize overdose prevention centers. How many years have we been coming to Albany to talk about overdose prevention centers?
Too long.
This could be the year.
Too long.
We need to pass the drug checking services bill. We need to decriminalize buprenorphine. And last but not least, expand the availability of naloxone.
That's right.
First up, we've got folks from the Bronx, followed by folks all the way from Buffalo, who, believe it or not, are battling the same issues. Folks who are black and brown, folks who are from low-income backgrounds, folks who are struggling with homelessness are dying at higher rates of overdose, and we can prevent them.
That ain't right.
We've got a very brave and bold champion in the Senate that I am so proud to invite. First up, Senator Natalia Fernandez from the Bronx. Yes!
Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, it's good morning. It's been a long day so far. But I'm so grateful to this coalition, this movement from all over the state. Yes, I hail from the Bronx, the mainland borough of New York City. And we are hurting there. We know that the Bronx, 3rd Avenue, the hub especially, has seen and is living in the worst of times. But it's not new in this state. I've traveled from Buffalo to Syracuse to Binghamton to Long Island, and we are hurting in this state.
Yes.
And one thing we know is that harm reduction works.
Yes!
It works to save lives. It works to reduce disease. It works to further educate on prioritizing your health. And that's what we need to do and continue that movement in New York State. I'm the chair of substance use disorder in the state committee, and we've changed that name from substance abuse to substance use disorder because we have to look at this in the lens that
That's
people
right.
need help and we need to support them. We're not criminals. We're not bad people. We are not trying to hurt ourselves. Addiction is a disease and it must continually be seen and served as that way. I carry 2 bills to make sure that we're furthering the commitment in this state, in our tax dollars, in our moral documents of the budget, to make sure that we don't have to keep begging for the money, the pennies, to service our community and to educate our community. I have the bill to create the drug checking program, which just now in the health committee hearing, I asked the commissioner about the program that they currently have, where only 10 machines are traveling across the state to give 1 day a week of the ability to check what is in the supply that comes in these doors. And he agreed that it's a great tool. It's helping us see what's in there. It's making people make the educated decision about what to do next for themselves. And I asked him, don't you think this needs to be expanded? And he said yes. So that is a key to the movement that we're creating in notifying our colleagues and everyone else in the administration that this is a service that we need to provide to every healthcare hub in New York State. So we're going to expand the drug checking program and allow that service, that education to be available to everyone. And lastly, I have the bill to create permanent funding, making the opioid settlement funds permanent. That is a tax on opioid manufacturers, so we can see continued stream of money going towards the services that we've been fighting for and securing it. And on top of that, that fund also makes 20% available to recovery services, because we know that this is a lifelong journey to take those first steps to rehab, detox, whatever have you, to get to now a place of recovery. That support is needed forever. So we need to make sure that our state has these community hubs, has the resources, is able to hire reimbursed peer support advocates where truly needed to make sure that everyone that is suffering with addiction gets the continual care and support that they need and deserve. That's right. I thank this movement and I trust in you to go to every office, speak to every colleague of mine, and let them know the real stories, because they too have real stories. We are all affected by this war on drugs and the epidemic of overdoses and addiction, and we can stop it. So I thank you. I wish you all of luck, courage, and strength to go through today, because it's a busy day. But we can do this. Persistence has helped us this far, and we will not let up.
Now let's hear it, folks! Let's hear
Amazing. Can we get one more round of applause? That is our champion. She came to Evergreen and Buffalo like a year ago, and folks, who came all the way from Buffalo on a bus? I woke him up at like 3:30 this morning. Let's go. Actually, this one woke me up. Can we get James Hill from Buffalo? Chavez Gonzalez.
Now say fight, now say stigma, fight! Stigma! Stigma! Say harm, you say reduction! Harm! Reduction! Harm! Reduction! Love you!
Hi, my name is Irene. Can we please show our support for Senator Hernandez? New York State needs more brave elected officials like her. I am a PR resource in Buffalo, New York. I am not forgiven when I try to drug him. And I know my people. I want to talk about me about toxic drugs, supply that is killing all our people every day. What we can do is fine. Hold on. We lay here to rest. A week later, I don't got her picture. She was here last year with us. Her name is Cynthia Rivera. She did not have an easy life, but she was beautiful and funny. One new thing to live when doing outreach is more drug checking. So I do more radar checking. And Evergreen does the machine checking. So people could get educated people about what is the drug supply and how to be as safe as possible. Information to people, to the public people. They aren't against us. Information is leaders. I've been finding out that all kind of different chemicals are in the drug supply. That cases people are not getting what they think they're getting. Of course, they think there's cocaine, which is not, it's chemical. And overdoses are rising. And we need to protect the services with our drug checking bill and expand funding with the state budget for the Department of Health.
Harm reduction. When I say harm, you say reduction. Harm reduction. Harm reduction. When I say save, you say lives. Save lives. Save lives. Save lives. Save lives.
All right, friends, you've heard a little bit about the opioid settlement funds. There's two different pots of money coming to New York State. The opioid stewardship fund and the opioid settlement fund. Millions and millions of dollars flowing into New York State for services to keep people alive. We need those funds to go to harm reduction because we know it's the one thing that works. Right? We know it's the one thing that works. Treatment works sometimes, right? Treatment works sometimes. Prevention works sometimes. Recovery works sometimes. What works all the time? So we need those funds to go to harm reduction. I'm going to call my friend Kathy up to talk to you a little bit about why this is so important. My name's Kathy Staples. I live in Binghamton, New York. We're a small fucking town. I brought my dad here with me today. My dad died in 2001. He died from having seizures. Did he have to die a slow, painful fucking death? No. So those opioid settlement funds, money they got because our loved ones, our families, our friends are fucking dying, should go to help our friends, our families that are still here. That's right. That money is our money. That's right. A percentage of that money every single year needs to go to harm reduction.
Yes.
It shouldn't be my face that convinces them this year they give us 3%.
Bullshit.
We get 2.
Bullshit.
Every fucking year, our people are dying. The only way to stop it is for them to give the money that they earned on our debt-funded families. That's it. It's our money. We got it. That's right. Woo! I say whose money, you say our money. I say blood money, you say our money. Whose money? Our money. Blood money. Our money. Whose money? Our money. Blood money. Our money. All right. Where's Emma?
Who's money?
Emma's right here. Okay, the next thing that we're going to talk about is overdose prevention sites.
Bring on.
This is my baby. This is my son who died in a bathroom by himself. And that didn't need to happen, right?
Right.
Overdose prevention centers could have prevented his death.
Right.
We don't need people dying alone in bathrooms. We don't need people dying alone in alleys. We don't need people dying alone in homeless encampments. We need people in places where we can show that we care about their lives, that we value them saving lives. We need that across all of upstate New York and downstate New York. We need them everywhere. We need them everywhere to save lives.
Not one more. Not one more. Not one more. Not one more.
Bring up my friend Jerome. Jerome, talk about the importance of the work we've done in overdose prevention centers.
One deputy. I wasn't planning on speaking without action. My name is Terrell Jones, local leader, and also the community action manager at Old Point NYC. The first overdose prevention center in the United States. And I'm grateful to work there because just like everyone else sitting here, 8 years ago, I advocated to help open those centers up. Those centers are not for people to come in and to use their drugs safely. Those centers are there to save people's lives.
That's right.
We have knockdown services that provide life-saving for individuals to come in. Because of stigma that they have to face in other communities, other programs. The importance of getting our people in there to get the services. At this moment right now, I'm getting a phone call because I work in the South Bronx of people being arrested for public surgery in the South Bronx. That ain't right. What I'm saying about harm reduction, supervised especially harm reduction. I've been doing this work 22 years. And 22 years ago, harm reduction was taboo. You couldn't speak the word harm reduction without somebody giving us backlash.
That's right.
And today now, harm reduction is mainstream.
That's right. Preach.
And one thing about harm reduction is that it has now become co-opted. Because individuals are getting money, all of a sudden now they're harm reduction.
Say it, T.
That ain't right.
But let me tell you something. You cannot do harm reduction if you're not compassionate. You cannot do harm reduction if you are not judgmental.
That's right.
You cannot do harm reduction
That's right.
if you don't know what love is.
That's right.
You cannot do harm reduction if you do not practice the principles.
That's right.
At this moment right now, people, we are at a damn standstill today.
That's right.
Because we need more overdose prevention centers around this nation. Not here in New York City, but all over. I'm grateful to work where I'm at today, to see how many lives we're going to save. People in the street we pick up and bring back to our city to help them move on in a different direction in their lives. These programs, this center is so important, people, and you need to understand that. Don't let no one sit there and tell you that, oh, this is a place where people go and use drugs. No, it is a place where we go and save individuals in our community. We save their lives. And I have to remember that.
Next, we're going to bring up Gia from Drug Policy Alliance.
Let's go!
means more of our neighbors without shelter, without access to food, hygiene facilities, and they're more susceptible to overdose because overdose remains the leading cause of death for our unhoused population. But at an OPC, every service that is offered, whether it's an overdose intervention, a warm meal, a place to rest, a shower, it is an immediate intervention and a step towards wellness and their stability. At a time where things are uncertain, we need to invest in things that we know work to save lives. We have to invest in community, in each other, and that means investing in overdose prevention centers. OPCs are health, they are safety, they are community, they are love.
Come on, you're gonna share.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Yes, absolutely. I'm proud to introduce you to my new friend, all the way from New York City today, David from Housing Works.
Hold up! Do it right! Act like you let Lexi be here! Let's hear it! All right, I'm going to speak basically about the safe consumption sites and the fact that the homelessness population is exploding. We don't have the necessary funds that are supposed to be in place to stop this. 2 weeks ago, I lost a very good friend of mine to a drug overdose. There seems to be no stoppage. Kathy Hogle is sitting on her ass. She's done nothing. Ironically, people, listen. Ironically, she's had a nephew that has died from a drug overdose. Go figure. When I say stop the drug overdoses, you say now. Let's do it. Stop the overdoses. Now. You're not doing it right. Stop the overdoses. Now. Stop the overdoses. Now. Which brings me to this. I happen to be HIV positive. And I've been nearly 30 years. The stigma, the ignorance, the disenfranchisement is all over the place. And me personally, there's no reason for it. We have the right. Housing is a human right, people. It's housing is what? A human right. You're not doing it right. Housing is what? A human right. All right. That means that we have to continue tirelessly to continue this fight. We have to because too many of us are dying. Too many of us are dying. They're dying. And nothing's being done about it. All of us, every last single one of us, has the power to enact change.
That's right.
Do you hear me?
That's right.
Hold on, the hell you don't. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I said that to say this. Keep up the fight. Fight.
Don't just talk about it, be about it.
Don't just talk about it, be about it.
I love that. Speaking of the power to enact change. Yesterday, I was on the phone with someone who works for a radio station out in New York City, and I thought I was going to be talking about harm reduction and public health interventions. And you know what? I think we were confused because all the questions I was answering were about criminal justice and about what I think about increasing criminal penalties for possession of things like fentanyl and for possession of things like paraphernalia. And that makes our fight today extremely important and relevant because a lot of folks in New York State right now are just talking about what? More criminal penalties, scheduling more substances, things that have absolutely no evidence behind them in terms of leading to an increase in public health and public safety. Okay? So a few individuals are going to come up that have advocated in the halls of Albany year after year, but also do the daily work of providing harm reduction services. One of those individuals I'm very proud to bring up, Shantae, longtime community leader and service provider at Vocal.
Good morning, everybody.
Let's go!
I can't yell, but I can't hear you. Good morning, everybody. So first, I'd like to thank everybody for getting up. I got up at 4, so I can imagine what time y'all got up again. But we made it, right? And thank you so much for that. Was so important. Like you just said, you know, too many people are dying in the streets, right? I live in the Bronx, New York, right? Whoa! And in the Bronx, we are almost like we're forgotten. You know what I'm saying? There's no services out there, there's no money, and continually all we hear is the state talking about taking the money that they don't have, which is not right, right? Yeah, right. So let me introduce myself again. I'm Shantae Owens. I'm a community leader with Vocal New York. I'm also an outreach worker with the Alliance of Positive Change at LESHRC, which is a harm reduction center in Lower Manhattan. Downtown. I also live in the Bronx. Right. I wanted to let you know, this is more about more than just work. I also have a son that I lost to a preventable overdose right at home. So I was struggling with working, harm reduction, and trying to save my son's life. I just wanted to say that these people are dying in the streets. They're dying all across the state. While Governor Hochul and other elected officials, left and right, continue to increase criminalization for the most vulnerable in society, our people. People are suffering in communities and being torn apart. I see these strategies in overdose crisis firsthand. Families are being ripped apart, parents are put in jail, right? And loved ones are forced into treatment. People are just dying alone. That's not right. That is not right. What Hogan was proposing is clearly deadly and it's dead wrong. It's just dead wrong. It's dead, whether they quiet. Is that right? That's right. That ain't right. Person that can be dead that we can be up here talking about is the person right next to us. Alright? So you hear everybody else yelling and screaming? We all fight the same fight. What we need is unity. Right? Because silence is what's making them think, oh, it's okay. We can take the money from here and put it in there. We need our money. We need our money. It's our money and we need it now. Right now. Excuse my voice. I got a terrible headache and my tooth is killing me.
We love
So
you.
please forgive me. Still love me. I've practiced this damn thing a million times. When I just get so passionate and all the other speakers up here, and I look at my brothers and my sisters next to me, I've had the pleasure of working with a lot of my people. I've been on housing works out on half the time.
Woo! Yes.
But one thing I love about this, see, this is a family, so don't kick you to the curb when you mess up. Right? This ain't a family. They tell you got to go. Right? When you're struggling. This is a family. It says, come on in. How can I help? You're hungry? You need a rest or something? This is harm reduction. This is what this is about, right? Yeah. We're tired of people telling us, yeah, you guys are addicts. You guys don't matter. Go to treatment. Lose your bed. How are you going to try to tell us what we need when we are the experts? The people that work in harm reduction are the ones that know how this all works.
You're rocking. You're okay.
Yeah, let me knock that
I had a script today. I'm so sorry. I practiced and practiced and, I wasn't leave it. But, again, it's all been said before, right?
many people came up before me and they said the same thing. It all come to one conclusion, you know? Our elected officials, Governor Hochul and others, they are proposing something, which is pretty much what they're saying is, you all don't care. This money is gonna go to the rich and forget about the poor. Right. All right? They're gonna tell us that you need to learn how to sustain living, right? But check this out. Affordable housing is now at $50 million a month without a job. They're talking about cutting SNAP benefits. All right? There's a lot of us that's relying on SNAP benefits. Okay?
They're not going to cut my EBT.
But this money is our money. We need to demand that Hochul look at the evidence that's been before her and before her, long before she even took office. All right? The scientific proof. Mama doesn't save my life. I remember being in the corner, in the alley, with a needle in my arm. All right? I was supposed to have been dead years ago. All right? But somehow I made it today. I think one of y'all might have unlocked on me. I don't know. But it's a good thing, which led to a great thing, because I have the life now, and I have an affordable apartment, and I get to stand up here today, and I get to say, my name is Shante Owens, and I want my fucking money now.
We have to think about who we have in our offices, who's working for us and who isn't. Right. Right? We see far too many of the elected officials that we got elected not working for us.
Imposters.
Not working for us. We can't put up with that. One of the other things that we need to do is celebrate the ones who are helping us. We need to celebrate the leaders who are out there who are being championed, who are being brave, who are saying the things that nobody else wants to say. And today we have Assemblywoman Linda Rosenthal.
Helped us get where we are today.
Thank you.
Thank you. But you did it. I mean, you come here, you come to all these.
Can you get on the other side?
On the 419.
Sometimes they don't want to learn, they don't want to listen. But we're here to say, first of all, our production is way. Right? We need money for the stewardship program, right?
Right.
Our production. We need a lot of it. One of the bills I carry is OPC, Overdose Prevention Centers. And I introduced that maybe 9 years ago, which is crazy. Other countries have OPCs for decades, like more than 30 years. Switzerland, Germany, all these countries. Here in New York State, we have 2 on-point operations in New York City. And you know what? They have not lost a single person to overdose. Not one. And that is what we're striving for. Some people
Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
out there.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
Love you more.
Thank you.
I say fight, you say stigma. Fight.
Stigma.
Fight. I say say, you say lie. Say. Lie. Say.
All right, everyone. Amazing. Amazing to hear from one of our champions in the
Yeah.
assembly. For years carrying our
Been there from
bills.
the very beginning.
For years carrying our bills. I've recently been informed over the past few weeks about a statistic that some of y'all from New York City, some of us from New York City are sadly very familiar with. And it's that if the South Bronx was its own state, it would be second in the nation for overdose deaths. That ain't right.
Right.
If the South Bronx, and now we just had a representative from the Bronx here earlier, was its own state, it would be second in the nation for overdose deaths.
That ain't right.
Today we have the Chief Executive Officer from one of the most historic, strongest syringe exchange programs in the entire state. And I want to welcome up from St. Anne's Corner of Harm Reduction.
New York, how we doing? We have some competition. Harm reduction, how we doing? I'm proud to be here with my siblings in harm reduction from upstate, downstate, east and west to talk about what's needed the most right now. Advances in public health to save our communities.
Yes.
My name is Timothy Mayor. I'm the CEO of St. Anne's Corner of Harm Reduction. We've been doing this work for decades, and I'm sad to say, haven't made too much progress. I'm sick and tired of that. Are we sick and tired of it?
Yes!
I'm sick and tired of losing friends and family to preventable deaths. I'm sick and tired of dancing for pennies from these folks to help lives that need us more than ever. I'm tired of these deserts of services across our state that are losing folks in between the cracks. More than ever, this is our opportunity to do more for the state. Harm reduction is being co-opted by outsiders. We're being hunkered down to remember why we're here, how we've been here since the drug war started in 1970, since we were here the HIV/AIDS crisis in 1990, and here we are now through the overdose epidemic of the 2020s. I'm excited to be here with all of you. I'm excited to do this work with you. It ain't easy. It ain't over. We're going to be doing this for a couple more years probably, and I'm excited to see y'all with me out there doing the needed work. Thank you all. Keep this South Bronx in mind with every other part of this state, and let's do more for ourselves, for our community, and for our neighbors.
Yes! We're almost ready to close out our rally in a few moments. Who's making stops at some legislative offices today?
All right.
I am. We got a lot of folks to visit. And so
York State. He is not to recognize the risk of creep here. He's not to recognize the risk of creep. We have to stay strong, and we've got to make our Democratic elected officials be strong.
Right.
They're not always being strong for us. We need to make them be strong.
Hell yeah.
All right, now I think somebody's going to come up and tell you about your legislative visits. I hope y'all are jacked up. I hope when you go to those meetings you are brave, you are strong, you tell your personal stories, you tell them why you're here, you tell them about your friends who died, your loved ones who died, and you tell them you're remembering.
Take up space.
Take a space. All right, all right. For folks that are going to be part of scheduled lobby teams, you should know who you're going to be part with, what team you'll be part of. For other folks that will be part of our drop-off team or on drop-off team, you should also know what team you'll be on. For the folks that will be riding with me, please go down the stairs so that we can head to our first meeting. So that's Giorgio and the Mount Sinai crew, Arnold, TK, Kevin.
Let's finish, Daniel.
Team 2.
Ready to roll.
Let's go, Team 2.
Do we have folks who don't know what teams are on? We do, right? Team 6? Yeah. Team 6? Hell yeah. Hey. Hell yeah. All right. If we're ready to roll out, awesome. Yeah, ready to roll. All right. Ready for Kevin? Yeah. Kevin was out. All right.